Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. I'm Siti Zulaika binti Abdul Razak, metric number 1181680. So, our topic is how to recognize the common network. I'm with Amani Saada and Muhammad Adi Aiman. So, let me begin first with introduction. In this introduction, I'll clarify two things. It is about what is network and what is a network component. So let's move. The first thing is what is network. Network is computers when connected in such a way that they can communicate with each other. So basically the network considered two or more computers linked together to share and find the sources and may connect by cables, telephone lines, or radio waves. So it's generally divides by two parts. It is a local area network and wide area network. One. So the first thing is local area network, which is usually using in a small area, and it's limited like school, building, or houses. And the second one is wide area network, useful for the like large area, like Florida or the world. So the second part is okay. We move to network component. So what is the network component? Network component it's divided by two parts, hardware components and software components. And generally we know that both of these can give advantage to us because they have many components built up and together will transfer data from device to another, and it also can build strong or smooth connection and communication between two different devices. So let me explain and clarify it one by one. So for the hardware component, actually hardware component includes all the physical and the most visible part of sources and information system. This component basically more focused to transform the data and present it as output, because they have many components built up and will transfer data from device to another. And if we can see to the to the next slide. Okay, it's included by five things. The first is servers. Servers are here configuration computers that manage the resources of the network. The second is clients. Clients are computers that request and receive service from the servers to access and use the network resources. The third is transmission media, are the channels through which data is transferred from one device to another in a network. The fourth is connecting devices act as middleware between networks or computers. And the last one is peers. Peers are computers that provide as well as receive services from other peers in a work group network. So we move to the software component. Software component consists of all the instructions that tell the hardware how to perform a task. So software component is really relates on performing many tasks. It's opposed to hardware which can only perform mechanical tasks. And it include two things. The first is operating system. As we can see in the slide, a networking operating system. Networking operating system is typically installed in the server and facilitated workstation in a network. And the second is protocol suite. Protocol is a rule or guideline followed by each computer for data communication. So, why we choose this topic as our topic today? It is because the first thing is the impact of pro and cons to people life. The second one is different component, different function. And the third one is importance to understand the basic or root or of network. So I explain it more details. The impact of pro and cons to people life. So actually, we know that networking component also contributes to us on improving our communication with others like staff, suppliers, and customers, and can share more information and get in touch more easily when it's come to the business. So our business will be more efficient. And the second one is different component, different function. We can easily capture and transform the data by using the device to another device, and it will connect it to the network component. And the last one is importance to understand the basic or root of the network. So if I can conclude these three part, it is the network component actually being a part of us in doing many activities that related with connection in this era. There's a lot of benefits and reason on why we have to recognize the computer network component. So we move to another slide. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Anani from Anda Binti Ahmad Luqman, metric number 1181864, and let's continue to our presentation. So, we continue with our objective, which is we have two objectives. Firstly, we want to recognize network component that commonly used in a certain network or a network itself, and the second one is to learn by knowing the fundamental of network in our life. And to achieve our objective, it is really important to us to recognize the common network component and how to recognize that. Okay, so this is a full mind map of common component of network that being mainly used. Okay, so the first one is cable. It has so many types, but then the function is same, which is used to connect and transfer data and information between devices. And the second one is network adapter, which is we call as NIC, network interface card. But then if you can see, the function is hardware that enables computer to connect to a network, and then hub, which is allow multiple connection in the network. And the third one is router, connect two or more network, and part bridges, which is connect two or more physical network, and lastly is gateway, connect network and devices. If you can see or you can read by yourself, that the function is typically same, which is this is devices that connect to network, but then it for each component it has a certain or specific function, which is for NIC. Even though NIC enables computer to connect to network, but then it only connected via local area network, which is LAN, as well as communication over large-scale network through internet protocol. Okay, the next one is protocol itself. Protocol define the way devices communicate in a network, which means even a human, we communicate with our own language, that the easy way to we understand each other. So this is computer and network. It has its own communication. Okay, the next one is hub. Allow multiple connection in the network, but then it connects multiple wire coming from different branches, such as star topology. And the next one is router, which is connect two or more network, which is normally connect two lines and WANs together. And the small one, which is at that, which is switches, control and manage data transmission. And the second last is bridges, which is connect two or more physical network, which is it operates at data link layer. And the last one, which is gateways. Gateways is connect network and devices, but then it may work upon different networking models. And gateway is the most complicated component between everything in this mind map. Alright, so we go to our next slide, which is types of cable. Like I said before, cable has many types, and I choose three types of cable to compare to to show to you guys. Which is firstly is twisted pair cable, which is used in many internet networks. The second one is coaxial cable. It can handle great cable length between network devices, which is more better than twisted pair cable. But then the most cable that um functioning, but then the most cable that the best one, the like that lah. it, it remove the problems of electrical obstruction by transmitting light rather than electronic signal, and it is specified with where high bandwidth, which is the most high quality cable between the three types of these cables. Okay, this is the common network cable type, which is there. Like I said, there are a lot of cable used, but then the most favorite among the cable is fiber optic. Okay, next is this is a network interface controller NIC, which is it has two types, which is NIC itself and ATM network interface. And this is hub, gateway, router, repeater, bridge, and switch. Okay, our insight about the finding is reading is good, but explore is better. What I want to say is, by to understand the common component of network, or to understand the fundamental of network, it is good step to us to read. But then to really understand what is network, to really understand the common component used, it is better for us to do it practically, to touch it, to see how it functions like that. So we have to explore to make it more better. Okay, so that's all for me. So we go next to the next presenter.
Next, we're going through to the issue and solution. The issue, the wireless network show a signal but my device wants connect. So the solution that we try to solve is, if your router wants connect to the internet, try putting your computer or device right next to the router. If this causes your equipment to connect, then the system hardware may have been the issue. If this did not fix the problems, update the network card. Sometimes your network card will receive a strong signal, but won't be able to transmit it quickly and effectively, resulting in the need for network troubleshooting. Updating the driver might solve the problem entirely, but if it does not, you might need to contact your IT department or provider and consider replacing the hardware altogether. So we go to the pro and cons of common network fundamental. For the first pro, is one, help you to connect with multiple computer together to send and receive information when accessing the network. Second, help you to share printer, scanner, and email. Third, help you to share information at very fast speed. And the last, for the pro of common network fundamental, electronic communication is more efficient and less expensive than without the network. And second, cons of common network fundamental. First, investment for hardware and software can be costly for initial setup. Second, if you don't take proper security precaution like file encryption, firewall, then your data will be at risk. Third, some component of network design may not last for many years, and it will become useless and malfunction and need to be replaced. Fourth, require time for constant administration. And the last, frequent server failures and issues of regular cable farms. So, for the conclusion, it's very clear to the user that the component network basic is very important to make work and communication more efficient. Network component explain specialized server PC connected by a hook or switch and cable that make up the circuit. So we try to take an initiative action to share all of you about the different part and function of connected for internet, and sometimes it give a big impact either advantage or disadvantage to people life. That's all from us. Thank you.